Bangladesh has entered a new political chapter. A new government led by the Bangladesh National Party, a strong domestic mandate reinforced by a national referendum, and an oath-taking ceremony that has drawn South Asian and other international leaders onto a single stage. Now, as regional powers watch closely, there are certain questions that matter before policies harden and even the positions lock. To discuss more on this, joining us now is Dr. Tarique Rahman from Dhaka. He's the principal economist at PRI, the Policy Research Institute of Bangladesh. It is a pleasure to have you here, sir. Thank you for joining.
Thank you. Thank you.
Dr. Rahman, let's begin with the oath-taking ceremony itself. Its guest list actually has garnered a lot of buzz considering many South Asian leaders were invited. Right now, as SAARC remains almost paralyzed, could this be an attempt to rebuild the strained South Asian relations, and where could the foreign policy be headed towards?
Well, I've said it in your show before that this is an elected government. I mean, we had an interim government which was navigating uncharted waters. Political climate was turbulent. I think the biggest role of the most challenging role of this elected government is to stabilize both foreign policy relations and the economy. And in that context, I think it has to take forward rational foreign policy to all important regional partners like India, China, Europe, America, and basically find common ground so that we can maximize on economic opportunities and navigate a very turbulent international space. You can see that the international rule-based order is kind of crumbling down, right? And efficiency is being replaced by strategic reshoring of trade. So I feel that these are very difficult challenges that Bangladesh needs to navigate, and it needs strong alliances. And I hope India is seen as alliance, and a very respectful and rational foreign policy is crafted with all the important players in the region.
Yes, Dr. Rahman, you also mentioned the incoming Prime Minister, Tarique Rahman. He steps into office without prior experience running government or even managing state-to-state diplomacy. Now, this actually marks a sharp contrast with the previous leadership under Sheikh Hasina, whose long tenure was also in a way defined by institutional memory. And this was also followed by a seemingly inexperienced interim government that you mentioned. So how does Bangladesh adjust when leadership shifts from experience to a first-time authority?
Well, the state machinery is not new, right? I mean, BNP as a political party, BNP and Awami League are seasoned political parties of Bangladesh. They have both run the country. So now BNP is in charge, and it has veteran politicians who were in charge of government before. So they don't have to reinvent the wheel. Bangladesh has been engaging with India for 55 years. Yes, we had a very good 15 years where we engaged and gained a lot through positive engagement. Now, BNP has to decide whether it wants to cater to populist politics or craft a respectful and rational foreign policy position with India. I think that's the basically name of the game. And both sides have a lot to win through good cooperation that capitalizes on common interest. I think we're the largest neighbor. We are one of the largest neighbors of India too, and there's a lot happening bilaterally. Lot of investment opportunities are there. So I feel that I hope rational sense will prevail.
Now that you mentioned the economy and the investment opportunities, Dr. Rahman, for Bangladesh, a key challenge will be stabilizing its economy, because external debt has increased significantly in recent years, while the tax to GDP ratio has also fallen to historically low levels. So what could the next steps for the government be, especially in the economic front?
Look, our think tank Policy Research Institute, we presented a paper to the last finance minister, and we said basically the economic reform has to get #1 priority agenda from day one of the elected government, because both our financial sector and the fiscal sector are in a very tight spot. Our non-performing loan are 36%. The banking sector was plundered by economic oligarchs. Our fiscal sector, as you correctly pointed out, our tax to GDP ratio is just 7% of GDP. We have shambolic investments in health, education, future capacities. So these are two particular avenues where tough, bold economic decisions are needed. And, now the elected government has to walk the talk. I mean, they've been saying all the right things for the last 18 months. Now they have to walk the talk in terms of economic reform. So we just have to see. Our job as economists and public policy experts is to point out the direction we feel which is right, but it is them who has to take the tough reforms early in the political cycle, because if you don't commit to political reform early in the political cycle, then it becomes very difficult to do them at the late end of your political cycle, as the benefits come late in the stage and the costs are incurred in the initial stages. So I feel personally, I hope that they can stabilize the economy. I mean, the economy is stabilized, now they have to rejuvenate growth, and that would need commitment to serious economic reforms.
Yes, as you rightly said, the new Prime Minister has to walk the talk, and he's set to take over from the Muhammad Yunus-led interim government. Now, just as Yunus made his exit speech, he has referred to countries like Nepal, Bhutan and India's northeastern states as, quote, seven sisters. With Jamaat winning near the Indian border, can the new government address the internal rifts and violence, and what could the signal be towards?
Look, Jamaat has some hot spots in the country where they have some strongholds, but I don't think that the Jamaat is not in the government. So I don't think they translate into immediate security threat for any country. But yes, Jamaat as a party has also do some soul searching to do, whether it wants to modernize itself and become a party like AKP in Turkey, or whether it wants to play an extreme game. I mean, extremism is a problem in Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, and our collective secular fabric has been weakened over time by right-wing political parties. This is a challenge India, Bangladesh, and Pakistan we all face. Even Myanmar faces it. So I feel that this is a common threat, and we all have to navigate. We have to save the moderate space, create a moderate vision where everyone can live in peace and security. I mean, Bangladesh has suffered a lot. We have failed to commit to political reconciliation. The cycle of hate and violence has repeated for 35 years. We have, argued that political retribution is political justice, which it is not. And we had created a winner-takes-all political architecture. So these issues need to be addressed. And that is why the young people are angry in this country, because they feel that since 1991, we only had elected dictatorships. We don't have real democracy. And people are tired of elected dictatorships. They want accountable government. So that is where the elected government now has to walk the talk, change the constitution, make the accountable more accountable, and give space to all political parties. Even Awami League, at some point, they have to start some kind of reconciliation. And Awami League also has to apologize for the way they mishandled the July Revolution. So I feel both sides need to come forward and protect the moderate way of life. I mean, if this election has shown anything, it's a wake-up call for the moderate way of life. I mean, the way Jamaat has expanded across the country, if the center left and center right are tied in an existential battle, then only the right-wing forces will gain. So I hope, as a citizen, as someone who believes in the moderate way of life, I hope both sides talk and serious commitment is given to political reconciliation.
Yes, so whether this becomes Bangladesh's recalibration or rupture will definitely depend on the choices made next and how the region responds to them. It was a pleasure having you here at WION World is One. Thank you so much for joining Dr. Rahman.
Always a pleasure to join you on. Thank you
so much.